Alrighty, we are back. I think we got everything fine. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Yes, I think everything is fine. Wait, what? I didn't. First, damn, welcome to Immortal. Damn, that's crazy how fast you are. Alright, let's see. What I would like to do this time is cover the animations and for the player, and also a little bit more better management of the states. So let's see. They call me the 60-second guy for a reason. That's I don't know what to say, man. Nice. And we're gonna run that, and then we'll go one over here. I'm gonna go see Zug. Yo, what's up, baby? It's alright, you know. The player is invincible, good. Let's see, because what I'm thinking is that we should probably first get the idle animations for all of these. Right, so let me quickly launch Blender. And let's see here, I'm gonna have to open up the files on, let me think here, because what we need is idle, and then for the player we need idle. I won't do a run yet, I will just do, and that will pretty much, well, I don't know what Damon is up to, so we'll do a simple shoot. Or yeet, because you just, yeah. I think I got idle animations, but we need to fix the states. Fix states in general. Let's see, I'm gonna go to here, brand, characters, I'm gonna go in here, and we're gonna remove, we don't have to remove this, we just have to open up, then also run. Let's just open this thing, don't save. And what we will do also is that in here, also one thing, a server-side render for the debugging a compile flag, kind of thinking like when we have this client right now, like here, right? We do have the client right here. The client has a render, right? This client has a render. The server does not. It's this thing over here. So this is the server, right? I was thinking maybe we could attach a renderer to it. So we would put renderer in shared, so they would compile the same thing, but except for the server would have like kind of like a free camera debugging kind of view of the render that would be attached like this. And then you could like actually like debug stuff more accurately on the server side, because they would happen immediately, right? Visuals that needs to be debugged. And then I don't need to be worried about sending hitboxes over to the clients for debugging. I would just see them right here. And the server would always run like a free camera kind of movement for debugging purposes. And you would use a compile flag to use this. And these would be shared data then. I'm thinking something like that would be pretty cool. Have you tried make a human plugin? It's insane. Has rigging options, a whole library for assets. I use it in myself for my own engine currently. Illy, hello. Is AI take your job? I don't know. I don't really care. Have you tried making human plugins? It's insane. Has rigging options, a whole... Oh, it's not. Okay, it's not. Webby has spoken. I'm not sure what you mean by the question, Illy. Is there... Is it Illy or Ellie or Eily? How do you... What's your question about human plugin? Anyways, what do you need for... I'm gonna have to launch Mixamo real quick so we can get the animations that we need for this. And I don't think I think I got everything I need for the skeleton. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Why am I always signed out from Mixamo? That's sad and annoying. I'm just launching it on the other computer so you guys don't get all of my email. Alright, there. I'm thinking a bit too much maybe, but we got this thing over here, right? And there's no animation loaded, which is a bit interesting. There should be Penboso run. Let me try loading it again. And then we can get rid of this and that. What the hell? Okay, I don't know what I did. It went bad. Well, there's at least one that is running. Okay, this is the wrong one. This one is running. Okay, and this one is also a bit wrong. Look into the... Where's the damn properties? There it is. I remember how to do this. It was something like this, and then that went wrong. So we just wanted to do this, and then location, this, rotation, but we don't want to do it on scale because scales fucks it up. But I think we could do this, and then put 1, and then it was fine. And we save that, and now if you do all transform, then it's fine. Yes, okay, and this will now... It should be the same thing as just exporting it. It might be... Let's see. We'll do it GLB. We'll go to home. Projects, Planetary Sigma. I should get rid of a few of these, but right now it's fine. And then we'll overwrite that, and okay, that's not how it should be. Did it actually load? Let me try reconnecting. It just get... Yeah, okay, so it's just super huge. For some funny reason. Okay, let me just... Oh, wait, let me do 0 like that. That was the original scale, right? And then we'll save, and then I will do all transforms. Why? Ooh. Okay, I actually just want it on the... Oh, now I see. Okay. Let me do that, and then just keep it there. Yes. But I do want it to be... How is this supposed to be like good? I just realized that the mesh is not Hot reloaded, actually, it stores the mesh information. I should probably, if you deinitialize the hot reloaded, the mesh should also be kind of hot reloaded, so then we wouldn't have this, and it would be better still. Wouldn't have to do this right now. Let me see, why is it so huge? But what if I now do this? Fuck's sake. Like so, 0.0. And now it also took this one, I hope. Okay, now it's fine. So now if I do this, all transforms, then it gets fucked. So I also need to somehow take this without doing that. Okay, what if I now take scale and type 0.01? Now both of these should have been. No, it wasn't. Only one of them was. Why? That's so dumb. I do both, but it only does one. Now I have both selected. Okay. Okay, please select both. And then I do scale 0.01. Please do both now. No, it didn't. This is so dumb. Okay, what if I select this one first and then this one? Scale. Oops. Scale. It still didn't do this one. What? This is dumb. This is so dumb. Or I could also just do this, but I think that's... Wait, could I just... What if I just did that one and scale? Oh. What if I did this one and then... No. Scale. And it must be detached for the scale to this one now. How do I just tell this one to become unit scale? It's always a fight with Blender, isn't it? Where do we have Damon when we need him? Well, it's okay. We can also just export this for now and just say okay, load. Okay, now we're like invisible. Okay, so let's do what's up.
Up. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, you know, the mother priorities.
Yes. No, I went to also with family out. It's like midsummer. What is it called?
Yeah, I have that too. Sorry.
You had it. Yeah. You had it and then you lost it.
Yeah, I mean, I had it, but the only thing I really did was like eat some special lunch and
Special
play some
lunch.
board games. Yes. That's how how's life going?
Oh, it's good. Wait, is there no textures being loaded with this thing? Let me upload. I need to upload with Benboso. Can I upload Benboso GLTF? Does that work? I also will have to take the Benboso.zip. Okay. Oh shit, this might not even get the accurate, because now I have to place these things in here. Which may not align properly with all of the other things. So I need to get all of the animations again. If I'm gonna do this, it might be worth it. Or if I were to save. Wait, I can do that actually. I can do that. I can upload character and I will take Ben Bozo run. That. And then the Ben Bozo. Where is the damn this thing? Yeah, next. Has been uploaded. Proceed with the yes. So we need an idle. This one is pretty banger. Yeah, this one is more banger. We will download that one without skin. Download. And we'll put orc idle, damn. I'll put it there. Okay. And then we'll is there yeet? Or throw. Would match what I'm trying to do right now. Because I like or shoot. Well, shoot. Pistols. Nah, then throwing is better. Yeah. We go with this, it's fine. I'll fix it somehow. And in downloads, and then we'll go to here and we'll load it in. Let's see. Like that, import, and then we'll take the throw, import that as well. There they are. They're so damn tiny. Do they need to be larger though? I think they might not work. Let's see. I don't know which one is armature 01 is the one I care about. Should probably call it something else, but yeah, sure. And this one is the idle. And then we have this one. We just throw. Like so. Now, I'm not sure about this, but we'll try this. So if I do this, and then I should be able to just hit that one. And if I go in here and I go in, is it add action? Ah, I can also do this idle. Oh, hold on, what the fuck did I remove? Yes, okay, wait, what the fuck? Armature. I need to get rid of armature. That's the one that's idle. Yes, okay, let's get rid of that. And then we have the walk. I don't know, I will also do that. Add action idle. And oh, it actually went straight like that. Good. And then we can get rid of armature 2. And we'll add tracks actions and do throw. And we fucked up already, so good. Good. Now, what I will do is that we'll put the bottom. Yes, that's good. Now, this should actually just work. So we have running, standing on top of this thing. Now if I go in here and do export, we overwrite this one. Yeah, now we're idling. Ooh, now that's crazy. And we don't touch the ground. That's even more crazy. Yeah, that's why I need the debug render on the server side. I think we got the animations for everything now, so now we just need to make it more accurate. And what I'm thinking, we go to the server here. Do you have systems? And we need some way to manage states. And I'm thinking that we do have in the actual like entities. I do have this state. We can probably change this to idle by default. There it is. Yeah, okay. Good. And then we got here we do have source. Actually, also in here, I could keep that one, but this one could go, this one could go. I'll keep those. The cube is fine. Okay. Mouse is no longer needed. Skelly is needed back. That can go. Chung. Oh, I don't need the OBJ files. No, don't can go. Dragon can. No. There's a license. Mecha can go. Scene can go. Sci-fi can go. Skeleton can go. Structure can go. Can go. Export run can go. Because this is how I do it right now. That's kind of. I think it's kind of bad. But I guess that's how you would choose an animation. And now the problem is that I'm always choosing it. Would there be like a cleaner way of doing it? I doubt it. How could I do it cleaner? Like, how could I choose a animation? Like in code, I could hard code like if this, then use this one. In general, like when I upload an animation, I still keep the names, but it's like it's very individual per entity, right? What type it is and how it would work anyways. So I think either way I would have to do a switch get active animation. Yeah, why not? Or set active animation. Ooh. maybe there should be a set active animation that when the server gets hey ooh or just get active animation, then I wouldn't even, but I wouldn't like set active animation, then I would just use it here. Or update that active animation. But then I would have to remember to call it. Set state, then I would but then I could, I'm thinking where it just could be a nice call here to just always do total active animation is, I wouldn't even have to worry about it. I would just do this, right? So moving the logic to where it needs to be called. That is network manager. We do get the state in here, so why not just handle all of the relevant data that needs to be done in here? Update state. It's just a bit annoying. But update state, sure, it could work. We could do a if entity dot flags dot, and this is just the server. We could add flags has animation. But then I would have to get through this. I do not have access to that in there. I think this is still most relevant. So dumb. Why am I so dumb? But I only should have to update it once. It's either when I receive the packet that the state changed, or then in animation I would always check what is the active animation, and then I would start to do that one. Then network manager would have to take in more than just, what do we take in here anyways? Handle packet. We do not really have anything here, just handle packet. Wait, dumbass. We do only have info. Yeah. Passing more info would feel dumb. Unless if I pass the whole system. Context, that is. Because then I could always access any of the systems. Could be a possibility. Maybe it would be clean. Would it? Or then the animation system just always asks. You could do an always ask. It's not about doing it perfect, it's about getting it done. We'll make it better. Or actually, this maybe I could ask GPT or Claude about if it would have something that I don't know about. Because I'm thinking I would need to do something like that. The animations. Either in animations update or is depend on entity or doing on network. Oh my god. Network package receive. Doing a set active animation. Is there a smarter hard coded or setting getting? Damn, it will know what I'm talking about. It looks like I'm puking. Brr. Don't do option 1, driving the active clip every frame, switching per entity, set to the hard coding you're trying to avoid, states. So set receive option 2, let update loop just advance whatever that is active, no branching. The trick is not hard coded mapping. The enum tag is the clip name. GLTF clips already have names and your Blender action are named idle walk attacks, so update skeleton active. Update receive skeleton set active tag state loops. Set active find clip by name if different reset time. Set active self. Wait, you could do something like that. Skeleton name loop bool void conscript self model, but ooh, I don't like that. Well, maybe let's see what does it suggest and why. Would I put? You will just return to idle, so you would just toggle the anime. Okay, yeah, okay, why not? Silent clip self model name find clip. Yeah, I don't call them clips. I just call them animations. Maybe I could call them clip. Clip would be a much better name actually when I think about it. If active, if self-active, clip and loop, return looping. Self is active. Looping. If yeah. So if the clip is active and it's looping, it always restarts. Then active clip time and then loop. Loop. Update loop, no state knowledge, just advance. Self time, duration, and self loop, set active idle. The one fact is state specific looping versus one shot. It's in one place in shared, not per entity. The one fact that is state specific looping. Loops state bool returns. Why this is the smart version. Adding a new state, add the enum variant name and Blender action the same. Zero player code changes, that is the not hard coded you wanted. Per entity never enters into it. Each entity just carries its own skeletal instance pointing at its model. Clips, goblins walk and players walk souls through their own model. Dot clip loop versus one property of the state, not the entity, so it's correctly one, but not all. Find clip is just a linear scan over the model clip array by name. You load them once at startup. You don't build hash map for 5 clips. This is slots straight into your project per entity animation plan. Skeleton instance owns the per entity time active. Want me to look at the current loader skeleton instance setting? But are my nations your clip suggestion? That could be pretty cool, I guess. But I'm still a bit unsure about. Okay, looping, I guess, yeah. But this getting by name, then I would actually have to also make sure that you don't have like a typo or something like that. Your mentions are my clips concretely. My clips, your model animation items, an animation with channels, samplers, and my active clip, your model active animation. Yes, lines 31 to 36 are literally my option 1, the hard-coded switch in per frame loop. Let me check whether animations carry a name and show state delta time for wiring. I mean, I could change them to be accessible through... Well, I don't know. Could I? Wait, who said something now? Animations has a name, they do, so names matching works directly, but the whole trick hinge on your GLTF action names matching the enum tag. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and I didn't match. Let me verify that before writing it, otherwise look up silent nulls. Yeah, I don't have those as that name, but I can still fix that on the export. Like, I can rename them, but then I would be kind of a pain to always like having to know that you would have to call. Well, it's still just me working on the project, so I think it could be fine, right? And okay. Important fine. Your clips are not named like the enum. Skelly has animation that are packed naming. Yes. Mesh nodes names, not clips. So pure names matching every loop returns null, nothing in place. This is the real world tuning a plan didn't see. See, let me check the full clip list before recommending. Skelly has only 3 clips, none named like your enum, and there's no idle clip at all. Track is the NL container, not the real idle. Your current code leans entirely on export order. Idle, yeah. Which breaks the moment the clip is added, wrote, reorder, or another model export differently. So my clean tag doesn't work on these tasks. Is the fork is genuinely yours and change what they build? How do you want client state clip resolved? Give your assets pack like names walking a and don't match the idle walk enum. What? I mean, that could be per model name table. That could be something you could do, renaming Blender clips, or that, or substring resolve use size const tag. Contains ignore case. This is actually a pretty interesting thing you could do. I mean, this one. You would provide it, but I think that's more work than just doing it in Blender. And then find by name, or then you could do individually whenever you add something, you would do your own indexing. That could also work. In general, I think that's what you would do, kind of like when you add a model, you would tell it that. I'm thinking, how do you do it in something like Unreal? You add something, then you have like all of the animations, and then you tell it based on some state machine to do some specific thing. And then transition back to another one. those are usually done through nodes, right? So you don't. How would you do that in code? I don't like have an actual user interface to kind of like do that. I just have the code. But if I were to translate those nodes, I still would have to explicitly tell it when and what to do, and I would do it by using the names of the actual animation. I'm thinking that's fine still. I think it's better. And then not always assuming that if state. I think I would rather type it out every time. I would just go in there and just do whatever. Yeah. Like switch casing on the thing that it is. Because I will not always have those same animations and everything. That would be a bad assumption to make. Yeah. I think or assumption of the same. So rather type out explicit DNA should just notes that I do. Yes, your instinct is exactly right, and it's what engines do. Unity Animate Controller Blueprint are both literally per character state clip. The only difference is they author it as data asset. Yeah, I don't have data assets, but I don't think I do need. In the editor, you author code for a handful of entity kind. Code is the laziest correct choice. You don't need an asset pipeline editor. Table explicit per entity is the right call. Two things make it smart version. Map clip name, not index. Index idle silently breaks when a clip is added, reordered, or another model exports different names table. Resolve once, not every frame. Look names up indices at load, the update stays dumb. Shape explicit table per entity kind, keyed by index. Clip name, find state, switch enemy player switch state. But then you would still have to type out those names. I'm still thinking that I'd rather not. Then in the update loop, replace the magic index switch with a name lookup reset on change. Want model find animation clip name entity state, or else want model in scan over model animation items. Comparing name, you got clips, no hash not needed. This keeps your per entity application. It's in. I don't know if I still like. I think still I would prefer the. Because now you just return a name and then you have to. Nah. Let me just go. Nah. Or wait, if you wait, hold on. Let me take a quick look in here in the. I do call them animation, right? But I do store the name. What if I just remove the name and store it as an hash map in model, right? hash map here. And then that would work. What if... well, index is still cleaner to access by. I would have to type it out. I don't think I want to do that. So in the finding by name instead of by x. I'm a bit confused because then it's now returning the string. Yes, exactly that right now. Means whatever order Blender happened to export, scale order so it works by lock, re-export with clips reordered at clip. Find the name, ask for the thing you actually mean, model find, or else active find just scans the array once and return the index whose name matches. Find, yeah, but then you would have to go through. So the array is still. Why not change array hash? I think it would be better because otherwise you would have to do a compare equal. Isn't it just faster? Just or maybe.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, T-Chef?
So
Harold, I heard you're doing build.zig.
of course I am. What else would I be doing?
Build.zig.
Yeah.
What is build.zig?
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Do you mean just doing a build.zig file or like what?
Yeah, for Sneeze Cakes is a little game.
Oh, Sneeze Cakes.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Very interesting viewers.
Yeah, but he uses like Wasm and it's the most cooked library he's using, but I might have found something for it, so it might be fun.
User's name collide and can be empty. Your loader already goes name or else clips 2 keys both animation. The hash family drops one, really skips both, but the flimsier option on the edge case not no. It's migration for 0 gain, switching. Should every site have had yeah, that's the string does keep index by a value, so it's
Hey, yeah, Harold. But how's it
Yep.
going for build.zig?
Well, it was going real terrible, and then I found a library, but the people who made the library are like literally dumb donkeys, right? So they named both the library and the executable like after the library, right?
Yeah.
So if I try to get the artifact,
alright. So I'll ask, what about now for updating the state? Okay, I want to know about this because I'm thinking this is probably super pathetic to do, right? Passing into the network manager that renderer I would have to do. How could I do that? Because I either could pass in the renderer to the network manager, or I could pass in the arraylist.models and then based on that figure it out. But I'm thinking both of those feels a little bit weird, or passing in the whole system maybe less weird, but then that means we would have the whole system inside of the network manager. I don't know if I want to do that either, so I'm not even gonna give it any ideas or suggestions. I'm gonna completely let it cook and see what it would suggest to do, because maybe then it won't be biased towards what I'm thinking and probably with some completely different answer, which would maybe or maybe not be better. We'll see what it has responded. Because I kind of need access to the... if I'm thinking to do an update here, right? When I get the state, I need a way to access the models and then to also find the entity skeleton. Because that's what I do in here. I do get from this skeleton animation, I get it by ID, and the skeletons exist inside of the renderer. Now these skeletons could actually maybe... maybe they... no, well, they're so Vulkan specific, they have these buffers. If it wasn't for the buffers... but yeah... if it wasn't for the buffers, they could actually be a part of the animation handler and animation system instead. Maybe. Maybe I have the skeleton animation in the wrong spot. Could it be? The receive side always writes states in one line. So updating state cleanly isn't really what about that writes about the one-shot problem hiding inside it and actual design. State works for idle walk, sustain, lose, but the same line for attack, breaks, update, loop. No, I think it didn't get it, but that's fine. Sustain, blah blah blah. Network update state handler, update state, get server entity pointer. Animation, world in animation event append. So let it live in the world. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea because the world is passed to everybody. But then I would have to clear it on a hot reload maybe. Yeah, I would have to do that. Because then I could... anyone has access to the world and the world makes sense. The animation system is the single brain playback cursor clip time loop belongs per entity on skeleton animation, not on the shared model. Model activation is currently shared, so two enemies on the same model fight over it. Oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? Wait, hold on. No, that shouldn't be... model active actually, that's interesting. I haven't said... yeah, that's a fuck up. Playback cursor clips time loop belongs per entity on skeleton and not on model. That's actually pretty bad. It's currently shared, so two enemies on the same model over it. 8 bug fix for here. Animation update per entity. Const base model find animation. Yeah, so this could exist in the animation. Yeah, and then you provide clip name, entity kind, and then or else if skeleton loop and scale clip base, scale play base true, keep base in sync, advance if scale loop, yeah, whatever this is. The drain events after loop on or inline for world animation event items. Skeleton get pointer, play, find animation clip, play, skeleton, clean version. Netcode writes plain data, one field, one event list. It never touches skeleton internals. One consumer decides what plays. No state logic scattered in the packet handler. Per entity cursor fixes shared model bug and makes... per entity cursor fixes the shared model bug and makes the one-shot base fallback trivial loop flag. Match... wait, what? Matches your memory design exactly and the server side still to apply an idle base and range attack on unduped every swing. So I would have an array list of all of the update states on the world. And actually I think that's maybe better, because then I would never have to... I'm thinking that could actually be pretty darn good. In general, like, I wouldn't have to pass any kind of system into another, I would just attend events. I'm interested about the idea. Found if systems needed to talk to each array list in world rather than passing a system into another system, like I do in server for a model network updates. Because then I could also let the world be kind of like an update on its own, and also let that one just clear those arrays at the end. And it would be so clean to just do world and then let that, or maybe just store it in the context as it is. Also, no, always append to the list. It's the opposite of overcorrection. What both tools are right for different reasons. The honest rule is about why you decouple, not the default. Pick your boundary you're crossing. Direct call past the system in when all of these hold. Same thread, same frame. You need the answer now. It's a query or it's a result feed the next line, depending on point on way a legitimate owns knows be. This is cheaper, no list, no allocations, no who handles this in directions, no one frame latency, passing a pointer is fine. It only turns bad when it makes a cycle A needs B, B needs A, or a deep chain of systems threading through each other. But in general, I think when you build good object and should break it with a queue. Queue event list in world, when one of these actually bites, you're crossing a boundary, thread or network. Well, these are not, they are the same thread. Happens to be. Because it's like it's the thread that processes the other thread's information. Your packet handles runs under packet mutex, the animation system. Okay, and this, but this one is still on the same thread as the renderer, so this one runs in the main loop. A queue is correct here, the same reason your UI is pure reader broke under mutex. This is the real, it's not, so what the fuck. Isn't the ending case wanted a list, not events are cleaner, you'd mute while iterating callback firing mid, but they are not. Again, fan out prostitution. Traps to avoid routing two systems that could just call each other through a world list is ceremony. You pay in indirection latency and a world, but I still do have that. I don't think I still have an indirection in a way. I still need to get it. A world that slowly becomes a junk drawer for pending list. You buy nothing. That's the event bus everywhere disease. Default to direct call. Well, network and animations runs on the same thread, and only network would need to know about animations. There is a separate thread for receiving packets, but it appends into an array, which this network manager processes, which runs on the same thread as the animations. So what it just said is dumb. We're still thinking that actually is more convenient. Still, I would say cleaner to do that. But maybe the array of animations could be stored inside of. Then drop the queue, its own strong justification. The thread boundary is gone and it's a single producer, a single consumer with no cycle. Animation never needs network back. World animation list, there is just machinery you'd be paying for nothing. You have actually got 2 clean options and neither is queue. Best reuse the channel you already have the entity. Sustain state already flows. Network animation through entity state. Network reads. Not system talking to system, it's shared entity data, totally fine. So route the one shot the same way instead of just inventing a second machine mechanism. Put a counter on the entity. So network handler, if states sequence bump don't store a state. Bruh. I guess you could store it inside of the entity, yeah. But I think... I don't think that's a good idea. Remembers what is last played. The counter handles 2 swings in a row for free. It changes each time node, but that would have to do now. Accept client call directly past the animation system scaled into the handler and call scale play. Fine because the dependency is acyclic and same threaded, exactly like what you do on the server. Slightly more coupling than the entity data route. And take the first URL reusing entity. I don't like the first one though, it makes it more. Both are kind of like interesting approaches, which I didn't think about. The passing or having an array in world or doing this weird bump don't store a state attack sequence. They're really interesting. I think I would rather... I mean, I could just take it in, immediately process it. I think that is something I would rather do. Or is that actually what I would rather do? Or I would just have in the world wait a minute. I wonder why do I even... Why not just... Why am I... Why not just store all of this in world immediately? I could access all of them through world then. Why do you have a context separated from world? Well, it's to avoid the coupling actually, but let's just pass it in. I think we will do that for now. It's we'll take this from here, like that. We'll go to network manager. We'll now take it until I figure out a better way. We'll do like this. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's a bit funny. Like that. Network manager. It's a bit funny. It's a bit of a funny. but okay. And then go to the update there. Oops. The enemy animation is giving a drunk guy walk home vibes. Okay. Damn, bro, we have seen too many drunk guys, I'm just saying. Animation. Should be, or is it coming from? That typo. Yes, skeletons. And we'll pass in skeletons over here. Skeletons. So. And then we can use it in handle command, which is pretty fine. But let's see, I think everything else is fine, yeah. It's okay. I need to check now also if it has an animation. Well, I guess I could also just do a, I can figure that out like this. Entity dot, or actually we need to get it first. Const, cheap from here, don't have to type anything. This is pretty much what I would like to do. Well, not all of that, but here. And now with this, and that, and we can do that. So we'll go here, say the state is this, and then animation, we'll get the entity ID, and then if there is nothing, return. So now we got the skeleton animation, and then we can now check. Well, we can also get the model. And now we'll have to move this to... My god. Yeah. I'm gonna change a few things. Because I think it makes sense what it suggested actually. These animations be clips. I think it's cool. And another thing, we will change animation. Should I still call it animation? Oh, okay. Doing here, and then we have active animation. Oh, gone. That will be on the actual skeleton animation here. Well, isn't that what active is? I'm just a dumbass. Active animation, yeah, I just didn't use it, I'm just not smart. Get rid of that, and here we do not that anymore. And go to here, and then we do not, actually we don't have to do this anymore, we can do this. An animation, clips item, will no longer be this. That's funny. Okay, we'll actually be doing model clips. So we got skeleton animation dot active. So right. Oh my god. And then here we'll now pretty much do the same thing, but slightly different, because in here we'll actually set it when we receive the state. So we get the skeleton animation, we get the model, and then wait, hold on. Yeah, no, that's true. So we get the model, and then if entity kind is enemy, this will also become a switch. Switch entity kind. Fine, line, perfect. And then we'll do that, and then we have to do this like this dot enemy. Do that. So, and this will become that. No, I'm pretty sure that shouldn't. What the fuck? Let me. What the fuck? This is like this. This one gets over here, and then we have to switch on the state. One more of those. That one needs to be like that. Yes. What the fuck? Well, we'll get to it. And then if clips item length 0, we are not gonna do this check because we should already have something. If this exists, I'm not gonna worry about it. If it breaks, then lol. And we're not gonna do this, we're not gonna do that. What we're gonna do is then we can just, we already got the skeleton animation. Yeah, so this is what we will do. Yeah. Like so. It will become this switch thing. So. No, we don't need that. This is basically what we'll do. We'll do a switch on the kind, and if it's this thing, I may have to do a label or block. I don't think this works, does it? Else, let's say 0. Yes, no field name active animation. Yeah, so this will not be. This is now skeleton animation active, and yay, it compiles on Windows. That's awesome. And I'm a bit of a dumbass. Don't worry about it. Wait, hold on. Because this is, it's the active, I'm sorry, so we do get here and kind, and then if it's enemy, and then switch case the entity at state. I have to fix the lobby thing because I have implemented that poorly with state changes. Yeah, I'm kind of like fucking up states right now over here, so that's also funny. I don't know what the fuck. Do I even need model? Not yet. Funny. But I do need to do a block, I assume. I think this is fine. But, let's see. How about this? Then we... I think that should be fine with... Because you get the state, you update based on entity state. Command state's the same thing, we check the ID, we get the skeleton animation. We put the active based on the kind enemy, and then we needed to do it based on the state, because now we know that enemy has state idle walk attack. We could have multiple states here. Everyone will assume well, they don't have to handle. The problem with that one mechanism and one truck mechanism is it won't compile. The enemy block, yeah, we'll make it a block. I'm just wondering if it would work in general. And inside it, the inner switch has its result discarded by the block yields void, not an index. So active void versus this type error. You need to drop the braces. Okay, wait, the fuck? Ah, okay. Structural, it walks back 3 things we just settled. Magic indices are back 0, 1, 2. Yeah, I think it's better. Export order. The whole reason for find animation clip was to not depend on the on load or the orders can get pointer, or else if the model hasn't finished loading yet or hot to load rebuilds it's gone after the packets arrived, state is lost and never recovered. Rhinos says hot to load rebuilds bodies, same hazard here, attack still loops forever, setting active 1 and insta update loop wraps time on the attack clip. So then I would have to get it either way every time. Right, is the resolving at receive time snapshot. Just write the entity, the shared channel, 1 line plus sequence for 1 shot. If state attack entity attack sequence plus mod, is it plus module equal 1, else E state is equal to C state. Animation of the entity resolved by the name act only on change. Find animation clip, entity kind, entity state, or else. It's gonna loop and scale, but that's not. Last attack is entity attack sequence. Last attack sequence, the attack sequence, play model, find animation chop. No. I think so. Just removing this. Right, it crashed. But why did it even compile? It shouldn't even compile. It crashes. Oh, it actually. Wait, hold on. What? That shouldn't crash then if it's thus. If it's fine. Yeah, that works. Fire. I don't know why. Oh yeah, but I added another field. I think. Wax. Check real quick. Oh, I didn't. Okay, interesting. It's something broke, but it's fine. But that usually only happens if you add or remove. Yeah, could have been. It's fine. It works now. Okay, but yeah, that's. I think this is fine. And now we could also do a dot. Nice, no LSB. And that one will also have the same, because it's. I don't have many things. I think this is fine. If it's state, then it will pretty much have the same logic as enemy. They do follow the same pattern. That should be a fine hot reload, no problem there. Yep. And then we could go in here, and when the player, we do not have the loop once, but that's fine. Player controller. If we shoot, do we have access to the network manager in here? Oh, but the store is spawner. Funny. I'm thinking that I should just. I don't know. Because now this is the controller for the player. Can just take it in. Network. Manage to just pass all of the systems in this manager. I'm not sure. Can I please? There. Take it like so, and then we can go. We'll go down. Where was it? Here we spawned a bullet. Self dot. No, just network manager. Can do that, and then pending state. Append assume capacity. ID. This is it, how do I get the player ID in here? I do have it called player. Yeah. Player that ID state, and then we'll do attack. Save that. We can go to here and we can add to the update of player controller. We'll take the address of self network manager. That should hot reload the server. It did. So now if I shoot, it went into walk. That's funny. That's not what it should have done. So I got them in the wrong order. Did I already close Blender? Jesus Christ. Well, let's see. I remember I put idle as the first one, so I got them, probably swapped these two. Probably. Okay, so now if I shoot... What the fuck? It doesn't change shit. State attack. Yeah, I don't see that. I'm pretty sure do gets this thing. But std log default, yes. Debug CAV. We'll say kind. It's a tag. Oh. State T. Then we can do entity kind and entity state. There. And if I do that, it says kind player state attack. Attack should become index 1. Now I need to launch Blender, which is already running. Right, it is running right over here. And attack index 1 is a walk. Well, I want it to be index 2, so I did have it in the right order. What the fuck? But I'm not seeing that damn attack animation play. Just puts it to walk. Ah, what the fuck? Okay. Let me say active, and that's a number, and that we get from skeleton animation that active. Active is 2. Yeah, if active is 2, that should be a throw. What the fuck? That's not what I'm seeing though. Let's see animations. We'll go in here. If entity kind is equal to player. We'll also take this over to here. So we'll play this every time. We'll get that, and we'll also do, what should we do more? We'll say active, and then we'll say name. Okay, it's like this, right? Now we'll just break. Animations. No. Skeleton animations. I do not store the name of it. Font's name. This is even worth it. I think we can first just try to print this thing and it should be fine. It should become like crazy. There's 2 player states. Interesting. Where's the second player though? Oh, it's in the center of the world. I don't think that's mine though. Well, that one is in idle. That's true. And this one is the second state, but it says that it's in running. Which is not true. It shouldn't be. Unless if I actually export it. Let me just restart. I don't know, that's dumb. Okay, and then if I shoot, it puts it into why? It should literally be it should be a throw. If for some reason it's a war. Ah, okay, I see why. Alright. Yeah. Now it's in the attack. Woo. Good. Don't need that print anymore. And we can go to network. We can also delete this thing. It's okay now. We'll also do I like the idea of the loop. And this is fine. Now I'm thinking, what was it that you suggested with looping? Damn, it's getting closer now. I just need to find a game in the browser. I'm attempting to tag it due to being in the space for dev app ID. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see, the looping bit. Right now your update loop wraps time unconditionally. Skeleton current time animation and skeleton current time. That means every loop, including attack, may suggest what's the loop bool flag. Flag on playback so you can tell the difference. Idle walk loop through. Wrap this time as you do now, plays forever. Attack loop fast, don't wrap when time eclipse is done, switch back to the base loop idle. So the line becomes if loop skeleton animation current if loop else I think I'm gonna use more word. That's the whole idea. One bool that says wrap fall. But then we would have to do also a switch on that and check it every time. How is it going for you now? It's alright. Still thinking a little bit. I don't like I'm passing into the network manager the skeleton animation, so I can, when I receive a pack to change the state, I would change the animation to take that state as well, because that's when I receive it. I don't like that I'm taking in the skeleton animations to be doing that inside of the network manager. It's a bit dumb, I know, but I need somehow be able to tell. Yeah, I'm worried that it's not gonna work for me either. Yeah, but for now it's fine, you know. But I'm thinking like, it feels a bit dumb to pass in skeleton animation to the network manager in order to accomplish this. But it's actually, that's the point when I know that I received a state change, and that's when I would like to say that this state has changed, and I need it to be set inside of the animations. I could also just change the state, and then I could always check inside animation update that if state is not the same as it was the last time I updated, but then I would always have to check, is the state not the same, is the state not the same for every single entity, instead of just getting the index of the state that I'm trying to use, which is a bit, you know, also a little bit weird to always ask for it when you could just change it. The only middle ground which AI suggested was to have a array list that you would just push on like a bus, you know, just state changes, and then from the network manager to a like common, like I have this world structure that I pass all of the information about the world to every single system, and then any system could append a event change on that array, and then it when animation get updated, it would check that array for changes and apply it appropriately. That's like a close middle ground, but I still feel like it's a bit too much abstracted, maybe. Like having a middle ground array. It would make sense if you had multi-threaded, then I think that would be a great solution, right? If it was a multi-threaded application where the threads are not supposed to interact with each other, like the animation system and the networking system. But right now it's single-threaded. I do have another thread for receiving packets, but that's just for Steam networking. The networking manager is still on the same single thread as everything else. So I think it's fine. But I think I will just roll with it for now. Like usually I write things that just horrendous, and then later on when I develop I go like, oh, now I see so clearly I shouldn't do this like this, I should do it like that, and then I change it because then it's less obvious. Now I'm like, I'm not really sure why this would be a huge problem. It just looks and sounds weird, but honestly I can't tell how we'll make it better in a nice way. So I'm just gonna wait until that moment of oh happens, you know. But now, yeah, now I'm interested in the looping, because what I do is I just loop the animation. I'm a little bit interested in, but then you might box yourself in a corner. Sometimes I really haven't like run into that lately. I have always like kind of like when you box yourself into a corner sometimes, I guess, but that's usually when you actually find the solution of how you should do it, because then you're just so forced to do the change that you tweak one thing and then a lot of the things just at the same time get solved. That's how I feel like it happens. But when you're not really in that place where it needs to be solved, it just works anyways. I'm like, eh. Just keep on stacking boxes, you know. If you box yourself in a corner, then you can worry about it. But until you box yourself in a corner, is it really a problem? Then you're making a hypothesis that you might box yourself into a corner. And that's not a real problem yet. No, but I take it from Seneca, a philosopher, who said that humans suffers more in imagination than in reality. And basically what he meant was that we do make up imaginary problems to dwell on. That never will happen or never true. And it's like, or never did happen. So... And that's a like complete waste of time to do that. Of course, good to be considerate about what could go wrong, but if it just starts to eat up too much of your time, then I'm just worry about it when you get to it if it becomes a real problem. Schrodinger's bozo. You mean the cat? Schrodinger's cat? Yeah. Yes. The cat is both dead and alive, yes. We'll only figure out when we look. That's true. Looping bit, right, but... Okay, wait. I'm thinking... I need to talk about it. Like, I'm not really clear, like... Does it mean, like... Do you mean... that... a looping animation... would have to go... It wouldn't matter when you receive... to activate it again, right? We will just continue on playing it from a word. But if you get something that should not look, should I just start immediately replay it? And if so... And then once it's done, I need a smart way to decide what's supposed to happen then. Well, go back to idle, but what if what is a default? We put it always to 0. I think that could be a good convention for myself, just to put the default animation is 0. Is that if the end frame is like arm stretched far in front of deposing? Start at 0 with arms on the side. You know what? We could actually, a smarter thing we could do is store a default animation that could also change during runtime if you want it to be another animation inside of that skeleton animation. You could have a default animation which it would always default to. I think that's fine for me, what I need. Of course, there needs to be something more complicated, we could do that. But for now, I think that could work best. Okay, I will ask the AI and see what it says, because it starts at 0 with arms on the side. Does it actually start with... I don't... Wait, let me see, do you mean... Let's see... that a loop anim would always restart when called? No. A non-loop. And loop would just continue. And should I maybe store a default anim for when a non-loop finishes on the flip or on the skeletal animation. It starts. No, it depends on animation. So usually a looping animation has a similar end frame as the start frame in the Yes. I think. Wait, let me show. Walk, for example, right? It should probably end at the same. Well, this one doesn't end at the same. Does it start at? Oh wait, it does. Yeah. Like if I just go fast, you see it's the same, pretty much pose. Yes, on both. You got it exactly. Restart versus continue. Okay. Well, I guess then we will have to make it a little bit more complex, this thing. Damn. No, wait, we don't need to do it a bit more complex. Wait, let me think. Fuck. Okay, wait. If it is a start, because they could be separate. Loop some clip I'll play and just keep going, calling play walk every time a walk packet arrives, doesn't reset the if clip and loop return, same loop continue. And yes, store default on skeleton, exactly the fallback to answer and if it fits your handler approach cleanly. When a sustained state arrives, idle walk, set both skeleton active. Wait, when a sustained and skill default index loop through. When attack arrives, set skeleton active, attack loop false default alone. leave default alone when the non-loop clip finishes, scale active, default loop true. Ah. Update loop, yeah. Now then that means I just need to we need to add one more field in here. We're gonna have loop, which will be bool, false, true. Like so. And then we'll have a default view size 0. Like so. And then we can go up. It crashed. I wonder why it would, because a hot load on the I don't reinitialize the render anymore. That's why it crashes. Ah, it's okay. Actually, it's still better. Well, it's fine. Maybe it's not better, but it's fine. Now in here, there's just is there a smart way to both update this thing and I think I would have to probably like I would probably have to do this a little bit differently, because I could, or is there a fancy Zig way to just both do this and to block? I would have to do a block. I think, is there a fancy way, or let's not say fancy because it might do something horrendous. I'm just gonna do a basic one. I do both of those. How could I do that? How could I do the update in, well, the network? Because I'm thinking like either I would do, I could do a block, but I'm wondering, is there even a fancier way you could do with Zig? I really don't know. I think Zig has so much like hidden, like, oh, not hidden, but like these nice ways of doing stuff that I just don't know about. And let's see if it is one of those. Default logic to the same handle, compute the index your switch, and since enemy player are identical, you can merge the prongs. I guess I could, but update entity or else state, command state, skill, I'm gonna get usize index becomes equal to usize, you do this, and then you would have to loop if skeleton active state attack const loop attack state. Yo, that's content connect now, but they can't see each other. Oh shit, we have progress. That's awesome, bro. Const loop it's not attack, skeleton active index loop return play no restart skeleton index current time loop. I think this one is a bit, it's tripping a little bit. Oh, that's not bad. To be able to handle this per entity, yes, informations and some of they may not just have attack that with others. Because I'm thinking that that would just always make it stale. Oh, info game client joined assigned net ID 2. Wait, clip define clip switch entity kind, so you would just return an index and loop. Okay, yeah, no way, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know about these things. that's fine. If it's gonna active, define, yes. Right. Looping is property of that entity clip, not a global attack, one short rule, so it belongs in the same per entity table as the. Wait, could I perhaps? I'm thinking. Okay, wait. Look at this. Could I do this? I think this is not legal. We'll try. Dot loop, and then I would do this in here. So 0 and true. Can you do that? Wait, no way you can do that. One, two, and false. And then if I just comment this one out, just to quickly see that does this work. Ah, and default, well, we'll just say, you can actually just, oh. Let's go to an animation default, and then we'll say true. Is that actually okay? Wait. No way, that's okay. Not legal. No way that's legal, bro. Okay, well, I don't know if you got the sign, because I just attacked, but nothing updated it. Oh yeah, because I don't have the player. Okay, fuck yeah. It is legal. That's crazy, bruh. Okay. Now I looked at how it did it, and it stored in a temporary variable. I was like, can I not just assign it immediately? Apparently you can. I don't know if this is very Ziggy or not, but it is legal. So let's hot reload that and try again to shoot. Yeah. Okay. Fire. Well, it's not very clear, but it is setting that to false. Fire. Holy shit. And now, is this still in the same, like, if active, define in, okay, yeah, so it stored the old ones to see if it changed, but I think if it's the same and it's looping, return. I don't think we need to do that. I think isn't just the only logic to care about. If it's not a looping, then we'll just always reset it. If skeleton animation dot loop equals false, isn't that all I care about? Then I will just say current time is equal to 0. Right? Okay, let's see. We'll hot reload that, and let's see. This should already. Yeah, it resets it every time it gets the. It's brrr. Oh, what the fuck? I can't move. Did I break it? Shouldn't have. Ah, did it? I lost the connection? What the hell? It's funny. Just funny. Okay. Wait, what? I closed it. Brother. Pressed escape in the wrong window. No. It's okay, it's okay. We are not. Yes. And then what we'll do, what I also suggested here, we'll go to animations. Here, the systems. And then in here, when we get the time to do this, if current time is larger than end time, there's a few things we will have to do a check on here. Current time minus end time. So then it just loops it, right? Actually, I'm wondering... Wait, hold on. Isn't that kind of... Shouldn't just say current time is equal to... I'm a bit unsure about this. That's actually right. If skeleton animation dot loop, then it will do this thing. Else it will do skeleton animation dot active. Okay, wait, this one actually requires is skeleton animation dot default. This one requires a little bit more. And we'll do skeleton animation dot current time is 0. Right. I think that should be enough. Let's see. So now we should just end the animation on that and then should go back to idle. Yeah. So we do a shoot. And it goes back to idle. Very smooth, right? Nice. Well, it's something, you know. And now, just small blend between the two. Yeah. We can also now go into player controller, and actually I don't know if the movement should be passed over the internet, because it's kind of like that's very local. All of these animation actions are actually very local. Like, I don't know if the player should even be... Well, you need it for other players, what they are doing. But like in general, the local, your own player local animations shouldn't be like... that looks actually pretty good. So if I go in here and I attack... That looks so dumb. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Bruh. It's funny. It's really funny. There's a bit of timing that still needs to be taken care of, but it's fine. We'll fix all of these things. I think it's when it becomes like super big problems that fix them mainly. Okay, then we want to also be playing walking, and that's when we press some keys, which we do. Where do we do here? Damn it. Now this is a bit funny, because how would I ever know that I'm actually moving now? Because now, actually I could just see direction that it's, the len is not 0. Right? Is that a dumb way to check it? I think that's a okay way to check it. Or I could check all of these as all of the bools. I also have to check. Nah. The length of there should be enough. MC vec length there if is less than std map epsilon. Can I get epsilon? How do you get epsilon? Or is it just min float? What the fuck? Do you have velocity? Well, that is actually kind of the direction. I'm applying a kind of force. I do not have velocity, honestly. I should probably do it's jolts take care of the velocity and everything on these kind of things. But you're right, I should probably like store velocity or something like that. Just check if it's not 0, then assume you're walking. Yeah, but that would have to get it from... Wait, is it like it's this... What's it? Body inter... How do I get the body interface here? Wait, body interface, get velocity, linear velocity. I think it's that thing I want. Body IE, which I just call ID. Const velocity. Oh shit, it's just an array. Well, I guess... that could also work. But then it would mean that if I'm pressing forward and I'm not walking anywhere, it would just stand still. I think I like more responsive if you're still like walking into a wall, that you're actually not moving. I still like it playing the walk animation. Or do I? I think I like it still though. In a weird way, I do like when you're walking into a wall that you're still walking even though you're actually not moving anywhere. Even though I do not have that problem, to be honest. So I would rather just do num-c vec. Then that I already did, std math float epsilon. Isn't that it? Min epsilon 32. If it is true, then we will do network manager dot append state, appending state, append assume capacity, ID is equal to player ID, and state is equal to walk. Well, that's funny now because I'm actually not even moving. I'm dumb as fuck, it's supposed to be the other way around. It's larger than. Yeah, so now I shoot, and then if I'm idle, I'm not, but as soon as I start to walk, and then, oh, yeah. Put it to idle. But idle I only want to do if it's... Okay, I need some clever way of doing a state machine right now, because this is bad. Now I'm not actually like... I need a centralized state machine, I think. Because right now it's like everybody's just pending their animation they want to do, even though it's still like the player does it in the player control, enemies does it in an enemy manager, but maybe I should just have some place where I am sending like state manager maybe? I don't know. Where it checks all of these things and then does it appropriately, because this, I mean, this is fine, but it's not that good, just really, like, you know, it's gonna be so problematic to think about where in the code I do what. Instead, I should have a place where I just get all of the information, and based on that, I just send it over to the clients, right? Oh, they are not even interested in me. Oh, host could not kill the client, just that the client was not in the location. Or did see the host. What slow progress? Yeah, brother. Oh wait, what's the time? Okay, damn. It's okay. I'm thinking. Well, I mean, I really need a centralized state place for this. This is bad. But it's okay. We'll do this like that, and then we'll do the else. Like you said, we'll do idle append, so it won't stop. And it's a bit dumb, but we'll do it like that for now. It's okay. Oh, now it puts it all on one line. Wait, what the fuck? Ah, I never changed it to idle. So then we walk, and then we stand still, we stop walking. And yeah, when I shoot, it's like... That's pretty funny. Well, actually, the only thing that needs to change for this to work in, for my case, is if loop is false. Actually, it's updating it in the wrong way. Okay, wait, here. I know it. It's the... no, fuck. Okay, I need a state machine on the server that would just manage these things. So I would never update the state immediately, I would just have a state machine. That's what I'm thinking, because right now this is super dumb. Because it's like, there, but if I just had a state machine, I could just check and then handle the logic there when I know the full... all of the states of the enemy and these things, but then I would have to fuck. I would need a rigged body. I don't think it's a problem. It's so many cases where I actually would need one right now. I think it would be fine. it kind of works, you know. It's fine. All right. I'll be right back. Check one thing. Just walking around in a circle. It's really funny. All right. Now I think I will leave it here for today, and we'll continue again tomorrow. Let's see. States, I guess they got fixed in the way I thought it would, but now it made me realize that it's fucked in another way that I didn't think through. Right, hopefully we can do the test tomorrow. Yeah. We got this, and I will add a new one. Fix states in a new way. Add a separate state manager. And yeah, I mean, great progress today. Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty cool. And I think this is also kind of like makes me, again, it's not about making it perfect the first time, because I can't predict everything that I will go through, but this actually helps me think about how I should make things work. So I think it's pretty good. For now, it's fine. It's fine, it's good. All right, take care guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.